In my last video, I discussed some of the changes in the DC area housing market this summer, including an increase in active listings and decrease in demand for some types of homes. So in particular, active inventory is up and demand is down for row homes at all price points and single-family homes priced below $535,000. So what does this mean for sellers or prospective sellers in these markets? Here's a few things to keep in mind. The market is different than it was in the past, and it's likely very different from when you purchased. There are 4 to 5 months of supply on average, which means some of the markets are a little bit less and some are a little bit more. And this means that there's a lot of similar homes on the market to yours. This means that buyers have choices and are more likely to be selective and move more slowly than they were in the past. And property condition really matters because buyers will be viewing multiple properties. Gone are the days when new listings hit the market, buyers went out to see maybe 1 or 2 homes at a time and had to make a choice right then and there. They have time and they're thinking things over and moving a lot more slowly. Now, successful sales are absolutely possible in these conditions. These are not, this is not a bad market. This is not a market where sellers are losing a lot of money or can't sell their homes. It's just different market conditions than I think we're used to because for at least the last 5 years, it's been quite the opposite. So a few things that I think sellers should keep in mind when preparing for a successful sale. The first one is prepare for the sale to take a few months. 3 to 6 months is realistic. This might mean that if you were going to buy before you sell and you don't want to carry 2 mortgages for a period of time, maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe you should sell first. Or just understand that 3 to 6 months is the realistic time frame for a sale. Understand the features that buyers are in your market are looking for. So, for example, a row home that has 1 full bathroom upstairs versus 2 bathrooms upstairs, well, buyers are now going to be a little bit more selective when there are homes out there that have that feature that they're looking for. Or things like lack of off-street parking or smaller square footage. These are less likely to be overlooked by buyers, and the pricing needs to reflect these features that might reduce demand. Another thing is pricing to compete with active listings, not pricing based on what has sold in the neighborhood maybe 6 to 12 months ago. Homes that sold 6 to 12 months ago sold under different market conditions, and the same prices might not be possible today. Last but not least, it's super important more than ever before to present your home for sale in the best possible light. And so that would mean making sure it's clean, freshly painted, and staged to appeal to a wider range of buyers. Buyers who are looking through active listings online, they're going to be scrolling through a lot of pictures, and the ones that stand out for them ultimately will be the homes that they visit, and they won't visit every home that meets their search criteria. Now, it may be difficult to adjust expectations to slower market conditions, but I think it's also important to keep in mind that there is a buyer for every home. When the price is right, the home will attract the right buyer, and we know this to be true, and it always is. So just because things are slower doesn't mean that sellers can't be successful. I think having the right expectations going into it makes a world of difference.